friends, hop in your TARDISes. You're listening to another episode of Doctor Huh?
Hey, shouldn't this have been called the Unicorn and the Wasps? Because of how many there were yeah.
Two of them.
No, like British white.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh.
Hey, shouldn't this episode have been called the Unicorn and the Wasps?
Are wasps not from America?
White Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
Wouldn't they be white Anglo-Saxon Anglicans? Aren't all people from the UK legally Anglican?
Is Anglican not a type of Protestant Christianity?
Nobody knows. Science is still out.
Yes, Anglicanism is a Protestant. Yes, that was the
I don't know
Protestant
anything that goes on with these
It's okay.
It's
okay. We'll cut you not knowing about Christianity.
Thank you. You can leave it in or leave it out. I'm Jordan and I forgot the whole thing.
I'm Sam, aka Agatha Christie, the author commonly known as Agatha Christie. I did all of it.
It's your pseudonym, and you're still alive today.
That was all
amazing. This week we're talking about Series 4, Episode 7, The Unicorn and the Wasp, written by Gareth Roberts, directed by Graham, which, knowing these
you don't
people
have to get hung up on that
pronounced-
name every time.
It's probably pronounced like Claire Harper.
Okay. Good.
We saw, this was the episode that one of the many episodes that was exploding out of Donna's brain when everyone, including Barack Obama, turned into the Master.
That he did.
So this was one to get excited for, one for the ages. It's another one where they go to a house with a famous author and it inspires their most famous work. But this one, okay, I was watching this episode like, wow, what's that one called? The Haunting of Villa Diodati or something?
Diodati.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that episode is a lot like this episode. And then I was like, well, actually not really, because the things that happen in that episode have nothing to do with Frankenstein. It's just sort of that they were there. This one was like a murder mystery with Agatha Christie is there.
And Mary Shelley says, wow, this is sort of like a modern Prometheus type of deal.
This really makes me think of perhaps the Cyberman was the monster the whole time. No, this one I actually quite liked. As with all of the Rusty era Doctor Who, it's just good fun. I mean, there was things about this episode that I thought were kind of silly, but you know, that's kind of the flavor of the whole.
You thought there
show.
Were silly things about the Unicorn and the Wasp?
I don't know about. Okay, first of all, the Unicorn was barely involved. That's number one.
Here's my quick takes. Fun episode. Mm-hmm. It was themed around a mystery, it wasn't a mystery.
It was like watching something like this makes me appreciate the murder mystery genre, because it seems kind of hard to write those. Maybe.
This is what I mean is it doesn't even feel like it was intended to be written as a mystery that you can follow along as you're watching it, because there are things that reveal answers that they just don't tell us. There's the part where they're like, they find a box, and then later Agatha Christie is like, and because that box was underneath the window of the bathroom that you were in at the time, and it's like, oh, I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that.
I'm just endlessly irritated by the idea, and like, sorry to all the Murder, She Wrote fans out there, because that's like their whole flavor, and I'm actually not like taking shots at Murder, She Wrote. I've never seen it, but like, that's her flavor. But like, I'm incensed by the idea that Agatha Christie could help solve a mystery. She makes him up. It's like that incredible quote from Ursula K. Le Guin that I feel like I talk about every week, where she's like, I just made it up in my head. I don't know how to sail. I just imagined what sailing is like, and then I wrote about it.
I do like the idea of Agatha Christie as a mystery writer having to solve a mystery and being like, okay, well, what I understand is that there will not be identical twins.
She's like, okay, here's what I'll do. I'll just write this mystery into a book, and whatever I come up with is the most logical explanation for
Give me
a
few months.
Yeah, she's like, okay, I've got all the pieces are on the board. I'll be back in a couple months with the answer.
Yeah, so as a mystery story, it isn't functional, but as an episode of Doctor Who, it was fun to watch.
Am I also wrong to say, and I know this is like sort of the MO of Doctor Who, is just like really jerking famous people off a lot of the time. I mean, I've read one Hercule Poirot novel. I liked
What?
it.
Kim Pwoggle?
Hercule Poirot. That's how you pronounce his name, I'm pretty sure. I read Murder on the Orient Express. That was a good book. I liked it. I had a fun time reading it.
Isn't that an episode of Doctor Who?
Yeah, something like that. She stole the idea from Moffat. I liked it. They're good books, I'm sure. I just, whenever they're like,
and I'm sure they're not. I haven't read any of them.
It was at the end when he pulls out a copy and says that she's the greatest selling author of all time, and it's still being published in the year 5 billion with the same cover. That was just like a little too making a jerk off motion with my hands for me.
Yeah, if they hadn't done that, it would have been pretty good. I hate that, by the way, when people will point at things from the past and be like, that was when we peaked.
This will be good. This will be good forever. I mean,
I remember reading somebody, I can't remember where I saw this. Somebody was like, "Oh, The Man from La Mancha. It's the greatest novel ever written." And I'm like, isn't it generally considered to be like the first novel ever written?
What?
Isn't that a thing? It's like, isn't that a thing that it's like the first like modern novel?
Oh,
as we think of a novel.
Or did I make that? He got
never read a book. But anyway, this idea of like, yeah, we really peaked at sort of the beginning of it, and then you fast forward 1 billion years,
Agatha
and everyone's
Christie.
Like, God damn it, all went downhill from Agatha Christie
Everyone's
a billion
talking
years
about
ago.
Agatha. I guess my second thought to that, and I know that we're literally skipping to the last like 2 seconds of the episode. My second thought was, thank God it's not Harry Potter. I was like, because my first thought was like, surely Harry Potter has sold more copies than Agatha Christie, because like Agatha Christie wasn't a billionaire. Also, she's been dead for a while.
Hey, she finally beat the Bible. Good for her.
She beat the Bible. But then I was like, well, no, I guess that just means that Harry Potter had no sticking power, and in the year 5 billion, people are like, hey, you know that one about the like posh British people on a train in the 1920s? That's the best shit I ever read in my life. I read that in elementary school. That 4 billion year old book.
Posh British people on a train in the 1920s. Are you sure you're not talking about Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Let's wrap it up.
Yep. So the Doctor and Donna are here in the 1920s. They're not on a train.
No, not even a little bit.
The Doctor, he says a funny line about how the 1920s smells like mint. And then Donna
should
smells
we just
the
do
1920s.
Should we just do 10 out of 10 it right now?
Well, I haven't like so a little peek behind the curtain. I wasn't feeling so good last week, so I watched the first half of the episode, just in sort of keeping with our smartest ways of consuming media. I watched the first half of the episode last week while making a Reuben, and then I watched. That's a joke. I didn't actually. I watched the first half. I was making a BLT. I was in bed. I wasn't.
Can you imagine if it was a Reuben?
I was making a BLT. Wait, that's not what I meant to say.
I incepted you.
I was watching it, and then I wasn't feeling so good, so I finished it this morning. So I've sort of split the episode up into 2 little mini episodes.
Oh, that's fun.
So I don't remember how he said it or what the key phrase was. So I'll have to go back later.
What if I just do it and then you do an impression of me doing it?
We'll save it for the end of the episode. Let's not break the format.
This long-running format.
Okay, so we pull up to Villa Diodati.
No, that's not.
We pull up to Villa Diodati, and there's 2 guys, have murder mystery ass names.
Professor Peach and Reverend Golightly.
Okay, here's the thing I'm going to complain about real quick, because I feel like I've been bamboozled and tricked, because there's a whole thing of like, Professor Peach murdered in the library with a candlestick. This is
that
like
gives me an idea for a board game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Doctor's like, this is straight out of the pages of a murder mystery. And you think that's gonna like come up again, that it's like, oh, the ideas of the book are springing. No, that's just like, that's what these guys are called. These are just their names.
I think, oh god, I shouldn't say this. I feel like I read something that there is an Agatha Christie book that this is kind of similar to, and the implication might be like she was inspired by this or so. I don't know. I might have made that up. I shouldn't talk. Yeah, I shouldn't say anything.
Professor,
let's wrap this up.
They're having a party at Lady Edison's villa, the famous Villa Diodati. Yeah. There are some guests here, Professor Peach and Reverend Golightly. And then
the
Professor
Doctor
Peach,
and Donna.
Dr. Donna, and Well, we haven't met the other guests yet because the professor is like, I need to go to the library right now. And then he does, and then he gets killed by a giant wasp.
The Donna shows Doctor her party outfit and asks flapper or slapper, and he says flapper. So that's good. And they go to the garden, and everyone's partying and raving, and we get to meet all of
the famous people.
He introduces himself alongside Donna of the Chiswick Nobles, which is kind of funny. And I feel like we don't get a lot of this with the psychic paper, the joke of somebody pretending that they've met him before.
That's pretty good.
He shows her the psychic paper, she's like, oh, yes, of course! From Joe's party.
Yeah. And then she's like watching. This is the lady of the villa, Lady Edison. She's like an older lady.
And she says, "There's a notorious jewel thief called the Unicorn on the loose right now. That won't matter.
This will come up once in the last 5 minutes and never again." And then we meet her husband and son,
the Kirbishleys. She's Lady Edison, and they're the Kirbishleys. And there's a quick aside about why that is, and I don't care.
The husband's is a colonel, and he's in a wheelchair, and then the son is
Colonel Bishley. Colonel
Bish.
Yeah.
And then the son is not he's not in a wheelchair. Those are their two distinguishing features.
Actually, the son has another distinguishing feature.
We don't know that one yet. Don't spoil it.
You're wrong. I had to come back at my notes to this because I was like, oh, is that what Donna immediately clocks this guy as gay?
How does she do that?
Because he, like, glances over at a man who's serving drinks, and Donna's like, all the good ones are gay. She doesn't say,
I can't remember what she says. I love that he looks at a man, and she's like, oh, he's gay. Also, she's, like, out here looking for love in 1920s at the Villa Diodati.
I don't know.
And then he looks at another man, and she's like, okay, I guess he's gay. And then she's right about it. She's correct. Anyway,
Agatha Christie is here.
We also don't forget the most important character. Hello, Governor. My name's Miss Lady Edison. I'm a posh lady. I'm not a jewel thief or anything.
Redmond.
Redmond. Did I say Redison?
You said Edison.
Oh yeah, that's the other
Miss
one.
Redmond is here.
Hello, Gov.
And wow, stay tuned for that. And the doctor pulls Donna aside and looks at the newspaper and says, Agatha Christie's here. This is the day that she disappears. Now, this is something I've never heard about, but apparently
I've never heard about this in my life. She went missing for like a week, and her car was
She learned about her husband having an affair. She disappears for 10 days. Her car is found next to a lake, and she appears at a hotel having lost her memory of the past week and a half.
Did she say she lost her memory, or did she just say she never talked about it?
I think that they say that she lost her memory.
Yeah, well, I mean, she was attacked by a big bee.
Whoa, spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
There's a woman whose name we get later, or maybe we get it now and I missed it. But she's like Lady Edison's friend who she met in India, and she goes to check on Professor Peach and finds that he's dead, and she runs back and says there's been a moida, and then the doctor goes to the library and he starts investigating. Agatha finds a piece of paper and hides it for some reason.
Okay, shit's crazy, and this is like the internal inconsistency of this episode, is that this episode can't decide if Agatha Christie is a super solving crime-fighting detective, because she shows up and she starts taking shit from the crime scene and looking around, and then she's like, I'm not a detective, I'm just an author. And
yeah,
then the
I have
doctor
to say,
has to
when she hid that little scrap of paper, I was like, oh, she knows something, or like, she has some connection to this that she's trying to obscure. And when we find out what it was later, she literally just hid something that she was like, this is for me. I'm going to investigate it myself. I'm going to solve this, but I don't want to.
But I don't want to. I'm not good at it. I'm not the detective, but...
this is where Donna's like, Professor Peach in the library with a lead pipe. That gives me an idea for a board game. And everyone's like, a man has died, Donna.
Also, I feel like, and I don't know for sure... But I'm going to say that it happened, because if I say it, it doesn't matter if it's not true or not. I feel like when Agatha Christie shows up, everybody clapped.
I think they do. I mean, she is a famous writer at this point.
Do you, have you ever read the thing about how, Rusty wanted to do an episode where J.K. Rowling's imagination came to life.
Well, I'm glad that he didn't do that.
David Tennant refused to do that episode and said, I will not, that sounds really dumb, I'm not going to do that episode, and then they didn't do it.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, David. So yeah, they're investigating the library. This is the part where the doctor, he pulls out a psychic paper and he says he's actually Mr. Smith of Scotland Yard.
There he goes again.
There he goes. And then he calls Donna the plucky young lady who helps me solve the cases or something.
Because there were no policewomen.
Yet.
He sends everyone else out of the room, including Donna. No, wait, not Donna. Donna stays behind to be mad at him for calling her a plucky young girl.
He finds the most important thing, which is he finds a little bit of slime.
He finds some bee nut.
He finds a bee cum, even though it's a wasp, and we know that from the title. And he says, morphic residue, the killer is a big wasp. I figured it out.
Yes, also this is crucial. The morphic residue, and I guess the word morph is supposed to be giving us doing some heavy lifting in that sentence. The morphic residue indicates that one of the guests is a murderous monster in human form.
I don't think that's a correct assumption to make. I don't think that it could be anyone. And it could be someone that they haven't seen yet, but okay,
no, it's got to be one of the characters.
It's got to be one of the five. It's got to be one of the five posh British people. Couldn't be any of the house staff. It couldn't be just someone else on the property who's not supposed to be there.
There's a little tee-hee joke that we haven't seen it, but I know what it is, which is that Donna is like, well, that's funny. Agatha Christie didn't go around witnessing murders any more than Charles Dickens went around meeting ghosts on Christmas. And the doctor goes, well...
Do you think that the ghost that Charles Dickens met on Christmas was a Cyberman?
Yeah, I think it was a Cyberman who successfully ran for Parliament. I think we actually saw a Next Time On featuring Charles Dickens.
No author has ever had an original idea in this universe. Anytime anyone tries to come up with a book, the doctor shows up and he's like, perhaps there was a series of unfortunate events that occurred. I don't know why that was the first book that came to mind, but okay.
That's fine.
What if there was a big whale?
So Agatha overhears Donna. They're like back in the hallway with everybody else, and Donna's like, "Oh, do you think that this could be like Murder on the Orient Express, where everyone did it?" And Agatha says,
"Spoilers! Spoilers!
I've never had an idea.
I'm an untalented hack."
This is what I love, is they are simultaneously being like, Agatha Christie was the greatest writer in history, but also all of her best ideas came from Donna.
They all came from a time paradox created by Donna going back in time and inspiring her to create the thing that she likes.
Here's a good thing, though. The doctor gives Donna a comically large magnifying glass.
I've always wanted to walk around with a comically large magnifying glass going,
Thank God. So Agatha agrees to work with the doctor on solving this mystery.
Hold on. You're on first name terms with the greatest living author who is dead.
What am I gonna in my notes? Am I gonna write Agatha Christie 100,000 times?
Dame
She's all over this episode.
Dame Agatha Christie, please, as
Mrs.
knighted
Christie.
By the late great Agatha Christie. The doctor's like, I'm getting to get to solve a murder with Agatha Christie. I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what that character was that I just created.
Lady Agatha Christie D'Souza agrees to work with the doctor.
Although she uncomfortable by how excited he is about it.
Yeah, you need to chill the hell out. Someone is dead. I like the idea. This isn't what they were going for, but I like the idea of the doctor as a time traveler being like, what, too soon? This was thousands of years ago.
One day, I was in the confession dial for 5 billion years, and you're still the greatest selling author of all time.
Now, this part is so goddamn stupid, is that the doctor and Agatha question all the people at the place.
They all have comedy, like, harp sound flashbacks to what they were doing.
Because they say what they were doing, and then we see what they were doing. So
I liked it. I thought it was funny.
Well,
I thought it was silly.
Here's the problem that I have with it. So Reverend Golightly says that he was alone, and we see that he was alone. This is like, where were you when the thing? Edison's son says that he was alone, and then we cut to him holding hands with the guy.
We can call him the Lesser Kirbishley.
Miss Redmond says that she was just getting ready in the bathroom, and then we cut to her loading a gun. So this is... I don't know what I thought this was supposed to be at the time. It didn't occur to me that this was a clue that she... Spoilers! That she turns out to be the unicorn.
But then she's like, I never heard no one in my life. I just think that they should have shown her doing something else, like, picking a lock or something.
Right, like, it didn't occur to me because I was like, oh, so we've got the jewel thief, we've got the Wasp, and she's here to, like, murder someone with a gun. Yeah. I didn't really make the connection of, like, well, obviously the jewel thief is gonna be loading her gun.
That's what jewel thieves do, right? They kill people? Do you think that Lady Redmond is related to Christina D'Souza? Well, no, because we find out later that Lady Redmond is, like, actually, like, she's, like, a working class Londoner.
Christina D'Souza is descended from Lady Edison and Miss Redmond.
I was gonna say, we know one thing about Christina D'Souza, and that's that she's nobility, and that's really cool about her. She drives a bus. She's a noble woman, but she also drives a bus.
Old Man Kerbishley says that he was reading some military memoirs, and he's looking at, like, a fucking porno zoetrope. Oh, good heavens!
Look at it spin!
And Lady Edison says that she was having her afternoon tea, and we see her absolutely chugging whiskey.
Then we get some classic Dr. Donna banter where they talk about time traveling. No, he talks about time traveling.
No, he's bantering with Miss Christie.
He's with Miss Christie, and he's bantering about how he, like, rescued Charlemagne from Hitler or something.
No, he said they're just, like, brainstorming about what could be going on here, and he's like, one time I went on a trip to Belgium to rescue. I think Belgium is related to one of her characters or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Hercule. See, I can't say it unless I say it in the accent. Hercule Poirot. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say. Is from Belgium.
So yeah, he's like, one time I went on a trip to Belgium. I was there to rescue Charlemagne from an evil computer. And Agatha says, what the hell are you talking about? Which is pretty funny.
One time I was in Sherwood Forest and there were some robots there.
That hasn't happened yet. She tells him, you missed a crucial clue. And he says, no, I actually saw you steal that piece of paper from the fireplace through the reflection on a thing on the fireplace mantle or something.
So she takes evidence from the crime scene. But I don't understand why. I know I already talked about this, but why did she take the evidence from the crime scene and then later she's like, I'm just a writer. I can't solve a murder. I don't know why you think I can solve a murder.
Just to test him, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah. She's like...
This is why I was like, oh, she's trying to cover it up. No, she was just like, I like paper.
We find out it was a letter that Professor Plum was reading. It says the word maiden in it, but it was burned, so they can't find out. They don't know what it is till the end of the episode, and I only just now, while talking about it, remembered what the letter probably said, but anyway.
I will say, we didn't... I don't think that they do say that it was a letter. She just finds a scrap of paper and we see the word maiden on it. And it's not until later that they're like, of course, this was the letter that Professor Peach was reading. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know he was reading a letter, but thanks.
Donna's looking around with her big magnifying glass, and she finds a room that is locked by the order of Lady Edison, and she tells the butler to open it because she's working with Scotland Yard. And we find out that when she came back from India 40
years ago, she had malaria, and she like quarantined in this room for 6 months while she recovered.
And this room has it's like this old decrepit room. There's a big teddy bear in there that'll come up later, I guess. Mm. And then also there's a big wasp behind a curtain.
Oh, hey. Actually, it is behind a curtain. It's outside through the window, and it smashes through the window, and
Donna uses her ingenuity to to drive off the wasp by...
I used to do this with ants as a kid.
She's a sicko. She's like, I know what to do here.
She burns it with the magnifying glass through the window, the light, sunlight burn, good. And that works really
and then the Wasp,
effectively
she
for
just,
some
like,
reason.
she, like, basically sent the Wasp to the doctor, because then the doctor and Agatha... Well, no, she runs to go tell the doctor and Agatha Christie.
She slams the door, and it stings through the door and gets its stinger stuck. Right. And then she's, like, talking to the doctor and Agatha in the hallway.
Well,
and she's like, I'm being attacked by a giant wasp. And they're like, bullshit. And she's like, what do you make of that, then? And points at the stinger, and they're like, wow, big wasp.
It's covered in morphic residue.
And the doctor says, I get it now. It's like a space alien. And Agatha says, there's no such thing as giant wasps.
There's a giant wasp right in front of you, Agatha Christie. Have some perspective on your life.
I like the combination of the doctor being like, this is a space alien. And she's like, I can accept space aliens, but there's no big wasps, even though she's looking at a giant wasp.
This violates the square cube law.
Also, the doctor's like, exactly, there are no giant wasps, so why is it here?
But there are giant wasps.
Right, and we find out later, these are just aliens that look like giant wasps, so I don't know what he's talking about.
They're the most interesting aliens in Doctor Who, because they're just like, they have so much going on for them. They can have a pregnancy in 5 days and painlessly give birth over and over again, and also
that's the gift hands.
Well, we'll talk later about how weird these aliens are. These hot wasp aliens that fuck you so good. Okay,
what?
So they...
Say what?
What?
We're back in the kitchens. We were here before, but I don't think we mentioned it. So we're in the kitchens. And the staff are like, why would someone kill Professor Peach? And then the woman who found the body, whose name I still don't have, in sort of a break with tradition, I don't have her name yet, and she's about to die. She's like, I have an idea, and she runs outside looking for Miss Edison, and a gargoyle falls onto her and kills her.
And then as she's dying, she says, the poor little child.
Oh yeah,
and then we see the wasp.
They arrive to hear her last words, the poor
and then
little child.
They look up and they see that the wasp is the one that pushed the gargoyle, which was incredible. That was so good.
Why did the doctor sees that the wasp has just pushed a gargoyle off the roof to crush this lady to death, and the doctor goes, "You are wonderful."
He hated that lady.
Fuck that lady.
About damn time. So they do more wasp chasing. They
chase it through the hallways like Scooby-Doo, and this is legitimately an extremely cartoony Scooby-Doo-ass moment, is they chase it down the hallway, because they're like, we have to find it before it transforms back into its human form. And then they turn a corner and they look down this long hallway and they're like, where is it? And then every single guest in unison opens a different door and pokes their heads out and go,
including
where's what?
And also, what if, I know that this is like the whole thing is because it's a shapeshifter and it's gotta be one of these guests, it can't be anybody else, but what if like one of the doors opened and the wasp just like leaned out?
Where's who?
Who done it? So they go in the parlor to question everybody, and also we find out that Lady Edison was like very sad because apparently this was her best friend, her oldest. Yeah,
this is where we find out that lady was her best friend. I still don't have her name. I swear it's said somewhere in here.
Oh well. And then the doctor's like, who could the poor little
Miss
child
Chandrakala is her name.
The doctor's like, who was the poor little child? And Colonel is like, there hasn't been a child here in 100 years. There are no children.
Everyone turns to Lady Christie and says, please solve mystery Lady like Christie. Poirot. And she says, I'm not Poirot. The doctor is Poirot. And he says nothing. We go to
they all stand
Donna.
Up. I'm Poirot. I am Poirot.
Oh yeah, the parlor scene is kind of... It wasn't a real parlor scene. It was just a scene in a parlor. I thought they were going to question
people, but no, they just pulled them into the parlor just to sort of signify murder mystery.
That there will be a mystery solved later. And
then this part's insane. Donna goes to cheer up Agatha Christie, and they failed a Bechdel test so fucking hard it like knocked me right out of my seat. I was like, "Oh, what are they going to talk about?"
There.
And then,
maybe a boy will like you.
Yeah, she's like, "I'm sorry, your husband cheated on you. I also have a husband, but I left him at the altar." And then they just talk.
Donna also one of the worst time travelers ever. She's like, "Oh, there. Your books are going to become talking pictures someday." I mean, nothing. I didn't say that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's like, well, I was engaged one time, I guess. I was some kind of runaway bride. And then Agatha Christie's like, yeah, my husband cheated on me, and everybody knows about it in the newspapers now. And then, what the hell is this line
Agatha says,
here?
a younger woman, isn't that always the way? And Donna says, mine was a giant spider. I mean, I didn't say anything.
Donna's really bad at this.
Donna says, don't worry, people will be reading your books in the year
For the
2009. And Agatha says, no, they won't.
Well, I'll raise you the year 5 billion.
This is the part where Agatha says, wait a minute, there's a disturbance in that nearby flower bed. There's a leather case hidden among the plants. And what they don't say that is revealed later when they're solving the mystery
outside of the bathroom window.
There is a leather case full of thieves' tools, like right underneath the bathroom window that Miss Redmond was in before you went to question her.
This is what we're talking about where we say it's like just sort of pointing in the direction in the mystery genre because, I mean, well, actually no, because we know, listen, this is not written by Stephen Moffat, but he ran this show and he also wrote Sherlock, and Sherlock is a mystery show where you're not allowed to solve the mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sherlock found out something off screen that he won't tell you. So actually, this is the best mystery of them all, critically.
Yeah, well, I mean, the problem here is that if we were given the information about what's in the box and who was in that bathroom, if we had the information that they have, it's not a mystery.
But also, like, the really funny thing about this is that you think that this is going to tie into the B, and it doesn't. It does. It's just a secondary mystery that never really matters.
They basically just find this box, and they're like, oh, Miss Redmond's the unicorn. But they don't say that, because that would spoil the
important revelation of who the unicorn is, because the unicorn... If the unicorn mattered, it would be okay, but the unicorn, like, the fact that the unicorn even gets, like, billing in this, like, she gets title cred is crazy to me. It's just they needed a nice sounding word for the title.
Also, I think another useful question would be, hey, Miss Edison, can you explain who all of these people are and why they are all invited? And she would be like, well, my husband and son are my husband and son. Agatha Christie is a famous writer. Miss Chandrakala is my close friend. And then... also, there's Reverend Golightly, who God knows why he's here.
He's here to make sure we're all staying above board.
Miss Redmond, who I've seemingly never met or heard of.
No, because there's a thing later that the real Miss Redmond is somewhere else. She's impersonating Miss Redmond. We don't know who Miss Redmond is, but...
But Edison then still doesn't actually know the real Miss Redmond.
No, but she's a notable society figure. So basically, she's the only person who was actually, like, the only people... Oh, and Professor Plum, he was supposed to be
Professor
here, but
Peach. Yeah, but he seems to actually have known Edison personally, maybe.
Yeah, so then, the doctor shows up and he says, wow, this is full of jewel thieves' tools and a loaded gun. And then they all get drinks from the butler. And then the doctor says, oh my god, I've been poisoned with cyanide.
Oh yeah, he did drink some cyanide. Why did it's like, why did I write "Here Comes Matt"?
He goes Matty mode.
Because Matt's early Matt strats.
What are early Matt strats?
That he's gonna die and become the 11th Doctor.
Oh, I see what you mean. Early Matt strats.
Yeah, also... I don't think I realized until this scene when Agatha's like, we found lockpicks in this box, the unicorn must be here. It's a weird thing where it's like, the mention of the unicorn in the beginning was so, like yeah, why wouldn't the unicorn be here?
If you didn't see, if the unicorn wasn't part of the title of the episode, they could have cut this entirely out of the plot.
Also, this is where the doctor says that the residue was Vespiform sting from the Silfrax galaxy. So now he knows what kind of alien they're dealing with.
The alien from Waspilon 9, yeah. And so the doctor is now going to try to cure cyanide poisoning with his advanced Time Lord metabolism. And he's basically just kind of vibing it out of his body. Like, he comes in, he's like, I need ginger beer. And then he drinks some ginger beer. And then
he's trying to stimulate his enzymes.
They're good enzymes.
His cyanase.
Yeah, good one. And then he's like doing charades, and he's like,
This part's pretty funny. I
like it.
Oh yeah, because he's like making a shaking motion,
like
and
a
she's
salt
like,
shaker.
Oh, you want a shake? You want a cocktail shaker? Harvey Wallbanger? I don't get that joke, but I'm sure it's a joke. And it's the fact that he keeps doing the charades, and then he's like, no, I want salt.
He could talk. He just was
and then he goes
fun.
back to doing charades.
He like throws back a jar of anchovies. Respect, king.
And then he says, okay, I've got the protein, I've got the salt, now I need a shock. So Donna gives him a big kiss, and he coughs up a cloud of cyanide, and everyone dies.
I love when he exhales his vape. That was so good. It's like,
and after Donna kisses him and he coughs it up, he says, I should do that more often. I mean detoxing.
I'm so glad this seemingly never goes anywhere. I have no memory of there being like Dr. Donna romance. But I don't feel like it does. I think they are just friends.
I don't like the doctor talking about detoxing like it's a real thing.
He's like, I need a 7-day juice cleanse to get the cyanide out of my body.
So they're at dinner, and the doctor... I gotta say, it's kind of nuts that after the doctor is poisoned with cyanide, they just go eat dinner together as a group.
Well, he's got it. Well, yeah, because he wants to get all the... He wants to spring a trap. And,
I don't know if we mentioned that the butler gives him the drink that poisons him with the cyanide. I don't remember what was up with the cyanide. Does it come up?
I guess that somebody was just trying to kill... The culprit was just trying to kill the doctor.
It's got to be in my notes, but I do not remember what was going on there.
Okay, so the doctor's at dinner with everybody. They're all eating their soup, and then he reveals his gambit, which is that he put pepper in their food, which salt and pepper. Now we're getting all the seasonings. It's all coming together.
Wow, that's awesome.
I noticed a trend. I noticed a pattern.
Right then and there, the title of the episode changed to Salt and
Pepper. I'm sort of the Agatha Christie of my time that I recognized that there was salt in the last scene and pepper in the next scene.
That's
As
fantastic.
we know, pepper is an insecticide.
Piperine, specifically.
I was about to say I don't know if putting some pepper in a soup would be enough to kill an alien wasp shapeshifter.
It would, yeah, that would do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't.
I'm an alien wasp killing scientist, and yeah, that would do it.
He was like a man-sized alien who also kind of looks like an insect.
I think that this scene could have been a little bit better, and what it needed was for them all to like take a slurp of soup and all of them to be like, Jesus Christ,
this is so peppery.
But he's just I put some pepper in your food, and then Mr. Kirbishley or whatever the name is
like,
it's really good.
I like the pepper.
Seasoning, I've heard of this.
And then it's so peppery that all the lights turn out, and then
the house sneezes.
All the lights turn out, and then buzzing happens, and then when the lights turn back on, I
was actually really confused here. Did they like run into another room?
No, I think no, because what's his name? The lesser Kirbishley was face down, dead in his soup with a knife in his back.
But the lights like come back on, and it's just them and Agatha.
They were all looking in a different direction.
Okay. And the Wasp is here, but then they do run into another room. Whatever. Okay. Edison's jewelry is gone. Wow.
And also her son, I guess. Also. Yeah. Okay, whatever. The unicorn strikes again.
We cut a little bit later, and Donna is like, it's so sad that in the 1920s, Roger's boyfriend can't mourn him, and the doctor says yes. So anyway, the doctor says, okay, this creature, it's strong enough to kill all of us, so why isn't it? And Agatha says, well, it's as human as you or I. Ha 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 ha. Because he's a Time Lord. Also, I don't know why she said that. She saw a giant wasp. And then
here's another crazy part where the doctor's like, Agatha Christie, you're the greatest living author of our generation.
Because you've been through it.
Bro, Ursula K. Le Guin used her imagination and she wrote that shit down about sailing. It's not that hard. I could do it.
Agatha Christie's detective stories are the best because she's lived, she's fought, she's had her heart broken. She knows people and what could turn someone into a killer. And Agatha is presumably just standing there like, what?
I just don't get it. I'm sorry. I just don't get it. What do you mean?
I just can't imagine they're that good. Here, I've actually got an Agatha Christie book right here. Let me take it.
She's lived the human experience. Hey, doctor, guess what? So is literally everybody else in the whole world. Nobody has not done any of those things. Wow, she's had her heart broken. She's lived a life. She's met people. She knows what people are like. Yeah, dude, so does everybody. I'm not even trying to be like, haha, Jeremy CinemaSins about this. What are you talking about? That's every author in the world.
She's a great
Was there like a person that was just like, I've just gotten out of my isolation cube. Time to write a detective story.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling.
That's true.
So he calls everyone into the parlor and says, Agatha will now solve the mystery. And she does. She says,
she does.
Here's Miss Redmond. Has anyone noticed that nobody here has ever met her before? I think she's a fake. And earlier, she said she was in the bathroom, and this leather case full of thieves' tools was found underneath that same window because she threw it out the window because she heard that Donna was coming to investigate around that area. And Redmond says, oh, you got me.
Yeah, she says she turns Cockney all of a sudden. She says, "Oh, Gav, you got me.
I'm not Miss Redmond. I'm Susan Gubbo. I am.
I am an FEEF thief."
She says, "It's true. I'm the bleeding unicorn, you knobs. I was here to steal the Firestone. Remember the Firestone from How
this
Important?"
This is the other shit. This is like they took a lady's costume piece and made it an integral part of the plot without being like, this is Lady Edmund, Lady Edison. She's the blah blah blah, and she holds the famous Firestone, the most valuable jewel in the Commonwealth.
Right? Why don't they? It just at the very least when they're like, oh, the unicorn's on the loose, and then maybe have like her son
Baby
be
Colonel
like,
is
"Mother,
like,
are you sure that you should be wearing the Firestone at the party? There's the unicorn. Surely it should be locked up."
I'm not afraid of some silly old jewel thief. I'd like to see her try to steal the Firestone off my neck.
You know what?
Several people.
I think this episode could have been a good mystery or an okay mystery. And here's what I would do. I'm not going to offer gigantic tweaks. Don't reveal that they're dealing with a fucking transforming wasp.
I was just
have us think that this is a story about them trying to deal with a jewel thief. And then when the murders start, we're like, damn, the jewel thief, maybe they got caught or something. And then the person who turns out to be the wasp, because it turns out the Firestone is incredibly important to the person who is the wasp, we could have them like glancing at it and have it be a red herring that they're the jewel thief, and then they turn out to be the wasp or something. I'm just saying this mystery could have worked, but it doesn't.
The funny thing about it to me is that, like, yeah, the fact that the alien is the killer is a big alien wasp is a fun twist, that like a fun Doctor Who style twist on a classic formula. But like the thing is we later learn why this is all the trappings of a murder mystery. But like the causes of death are like lead pipe to the head in the library, crushed by a gargoyle and stabbed in the back with like a dagger. But then it's like a big wasp is doing that, and we understand that the wasp can transform. But the fact that every single time someone dies, you see the killer at the scene of the crime, and the killer is a big wasp going bzzz.
I forgot that Professor Peach was. That I guess the wasp flew up to him, then turned back into a person and just
that's what I'm saying.
With a pipe.
Like that's the weird thing. It's not their
that
dying
totally went
sting,
over my head
because it's supposed to be that a person is doing it and that the person is like being inspired by these mystery novels. But it's like, but then we also were spending half the episode chasing around a big wasp. It's fun, but it's also stupid.
Anyway, fake Redmond Susan Gubbo steal the unicorn. She takes out the Firestone and says, "Yep, got it," and she tosses it to the doctor.
Give it back. And then
like, whatever, you got me.
Agatha Christie she's just taking turns accusing people, and this part's wild is the part where she says, "And you, Colonel," and then he says, "You found me out," and then he gets out of his...
I do like the joke of her being like, "Now, Colonel Kirbishley," and he just goes, "You've rumbled me," and just stands up out of his wheelchair.
He says that his wife is so fucking hot that he pretended to be paralyzed to make sure that she never left him. Normal. And then Agatha was just like, actually, I was going to say you didn't do it.
Yeah, and also Miss Lady Edison is like, "Oh, dear, I would never leave you if you weren't in a wheelchair." And he's like, "Oh, good." And that's
also, their son just died.
Who? So,
it's just an important, like, this woman lost her adult child.
So, Agatha Christie explains that the very important Firestone was brought back from India, and then she confined herself in the malaria room for 6 months, and there was a teddy bear in it. Doesn't that seem like perhaps she was pregnant? And she gave birth.
When I'm pregnant, I just sit in a room by myself with a teddy bear for 6 months.
Well, just it was so that her husband wouldn't find out that she cheated on him.
Visualizing, well, no, I'm saying, but like, okay, just sort of visualizing the teddy bear giving it to the unborn child who is not a wasp. So she tells her story that, okay, I love that this alien rules.
What? The child, what? A wasp?
So what does that she says, I will explain everything. When I was in, it was 40 years ago in Delhi, and I saw a shooting star, and then I met the most handsome man I ever seen in my life. His name was Christopher, and then he told me that he was a shape-shifting wasp alien.
Oh, also, we forgot to mention one actual clue, which was that, well, no, it's not a, never mind, it's not a clue. It's that when the wasp attacks the dining room, Lady Edison says, "It can't be." And the doctor points that out later and is like, now, why would you say that? Maybe because she was surprised to see a giant wasp.
Oh my heavens. So
you seemed awfully surprised about the giant wasp.
So
yes.
Christopher is a transforming, handsome, beautiful wasp man who says he's here to learn about
from the galaxy of Squirtle
from Waspulon 9, and he says he's here to learn about the human race, but like in a friendly way. But we know that he's here for Jack Harkness type reasons. He's just here to bone down with beautiful humans.
He's here to fuck Jack Harkness.
He's here to get a woman pregnant, and then
this is in the late. It's like the 1880s, and he's like, I think Jack Harkness is still waiting in Cardiff. I need to go find him.
He's somewhere. I'm gonna go find him and have.
He's waiting for the TARDIS to pop up.
But then on his way, he found a young lady, Edison, got her pregnant, and then died in a flood. But he gave her a jewel, the Firestone, which is actually a piece of his brain. Normal thing to do when you
take this.
Rip
it's some of my brain.
Here, this will make our unborn child go fucking crazy. This will make our as of yet unborn child crazy.
Vespa work in mysterious ways. We can't pretend to understand their culture.
Do you remember, Sam? Do you remember? Sorry, do you remember our as of yet unborn child from Once Upon Time?
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that because I was like, what is that from? And I had to Google it, and it showed up on r/Gallifrey of what's the worst Doctor Who dialogue, and someone put me and your beautiful as yet unborn child.
That is one of the worst lines they've ever had.
Who is the master?
I would love to. I'd love to hear some more of those lines, but not right now.
Yeah, I'll keep that open for later.
Once we've finished every single episode of the show, so we don't have to worry about spoilers. The reading a Reddit thread finale of Doctor Who. No, that's not going to happen. So anyway, Agatha says, aha, because Miss Chandrakala mentioned the poor little child. That was the child that Edison gave birth to, and then it was taken to an orphanage. Also, it was a wasp in human form, but it didn't know that it was a wasp in human form.
Really important was when she's talking about her love affair with Christopher, who was here to have sex with Jack Harkness, and then she's like, he showed me his secret, and his secret is that he turned into a wasp, and she's like, I didn't even care. I was still into it. I liked it.
This is the skin of a killer.
we did. If I'm being honest, it actually made it hotter to me, and we did weird wasp stuff.
Oh God. Ugh. Anyway, she says that Professor Peach solved it because he found the birth certificate and he was writing a letter which had the word maiden in it because he was writing about the maiden name, and then the letter was burned in the fireplace for reasons that we'll get into in a little bit, because I'll just say right now, the killer didn't realize what he was burning.
He was writing the German word for revenge on the floor. Do you know? Okay, wait. No, I'm not going to talk about Sherlock Holmes right now. I was about to talk about Sherlock Holmes. I want to talk about Sherlock Holmes.
So Agatha says that Lady Edison didn't do it, and she turns to the doctor, and the doctor accuses Donna of pointing out the vital clue, and Donna's like, you really got me there. I thought I did it for a second.
I thought I killed him.
And the doctor says the vital clue that Donna pointed out is that this is all playing out as a murder mystery because Agatha Christie, he keeps like fake accusing. He says, it was you, Agatha Christie, who wrote a bunch of really great books. And Lady Edison was a huge fan, which was mentioned when they first introduced Agatha Christie at the beginning of the episode. And she says, what were you doing on Thursday night, Lady Edison? And she says, I was reading one of Agatha's wonderful books. And what else happened on Thursday night? Oh, here's a thing that we completely didn't mention.
When Reverend Golightly shows up, he mentioned at the very beginning of the episode, he's like,
I like that you're saying it like to Reverend Go Lightly.
Reverend Go Lightly. Reverend No Lightly.
Great.
He says that there were some boys breaking into the church.
Yes, that happened on Thursday night, that he apprehended some hooligans who were burglaring the church.
And then the doctor is like, this is a vital clue. No man as small and shitty as you could possibly apprehend 2 boys.
A 40-year-old man of God
and we also didn't, when he
hooligans.
Said boys, he doesn't say like 2 large, muscular adult men. He says 2 boys. It could be like an 11-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Well, he saw it in a cutscene,
and there was 2 large, muscular adult men.
And Edison says, "Wait a minute, Reverend Golightly, you're 40 years old. That's how many
exactly."
And he says, "I was raised by Christian fathers in the orphanage." And then they all go, "What?" And then the doctor says that when he saw the burglars, he became angry enough to break the genetic lock that the Firestone placed on him for the first time in his life. He was so mad that he starts twitching and buzzing, and he turns into a wasp. And he maybe killed them. I don't remember. I don't think he killed them.
A few questions.
Please. I dare you to ask a question in this situation.
Why was Reverend Golightly here? What brought him here?
I guess that he was invited because he's like a local hero who protected the church or something.
Okay. Sure.
Maybe? Because nobody seems to know him.
Right, that was the thing of like, well, clearly there's one guy who was here for no particular reason, so he must be the one who did it.
I guess I'm just unclear what this party is.
That's the other thing, is we don't know. I mean, I guess it's just a social occasion, but they're not like, we're here for a wild weekend at Villa Diodati where we can all tell scary stories and turn invisible or whatever happened in that episode. I don't remember. But yeah, we find out that the Firestone is a Vespiform telepathic recorder, and when Reverend Golightly got so angry that he turned into a wasp because his mom was reading Agatha Christie novels, that put Agatha Christie novels into his brain, and he said, I guess I'm an Agatha Christie guy now. I guess I'm a whodunit kind of guy.
He became a wasp so hard that he became an Agatha Christie fan in the process.
I mean, with books like that, who is it? Who else wouldn't? Who could? She understands.
So back to the like burning of the letter. He doesn't know that this is his mom. He just kills a guy because he is like, I should kill a guy because I have mystery novels in my brain. Which, by the way, how about some weird like mystery novel moral panic implications that they absolutely were not trying to do. But when he killed the professor, he just picks up the letter and burns it, not knowing that it matters to him in any way, but he's just like, when you kill someone, you burn the letter they were writing.
When he gets caught and when they call him out on it, he's like, you humans and your tribal sky gods. And I could not fucking believe he said that. What in the world? Oh, I guess it's because he's a priest.
I bet that you worship a stupid flying spaghetti monster, sort of dumb humans.
Some sort of magic sky fairy.
Some kind of magic teapot in the sky. You stupid idiots.
Why is he like, I'm a big bee and also
in this moment I am euphoric.
Shut up.
Not because of any phony god's blessing.
The light of Agatha Christie.
Because I am enlightened by Agatha's intelligence.
She understands people.
So yeah, he wants to kill Agatha Christie for some reason. I'm kind of lost in the plot at this point. I don't know why.
He's a wasp,
but he wants to kill
angry.
Agatha, so he becomes a wasp. And she holds up the Firestone and says, my imagination will stop you.
In this moment, she transforms into J.K. Rowling from the Lost episode that never got made and says, with the power of my own imagination, I will fix this. I know what to do. I will get in the world's slowest car and drive 20 miles per hour. So she jumps in her car
and says, I'm going to drive to a lake. And the doctor says, I remember from history. And
not the famous lake.
He and Donna jump in another car. They're just stealing someone's car at this point. That's fine. And then the doctor quickly explains.
I love when he does this. No, there are stakes to this plot right now because history can be rewritten when dramatic tension is high.
This is one of those classic moments where the doctor is just like, I need everyone who's watching this to know that just because Agatha Christie didn't die in real life doesn't mean she can't die right now.
We don't have Dan here to take one for the team and take over the rest of her life. Or Graham's the one who does that.
Yeah.
Okay, this part's crazy. So they get to the lake, the famous disappearance of Agatha Christie Lake, and she's like, I have the Firestone. I will control you. And then Donna just
why can she do that, by the way?
Donna shows up, grabs the Firestone, and chucks it into the lake, and then
sorry. Donna says, how do you kill a wasp? You drown it like its father.
Insane. And then she chucks the Firestone into the lake, and the urge to play fetch, a Wasp's favorite game, is so strong that it just goes right into the water.
Why did it need this? Why could Agatha control it with this, and why does it need to retrieve the Firestone?
Because it's a dog and it wants to play fetch, and so she drowns it like its father. And then the doctor and Agatha Christie look at Donna in horror and say, why did you kill him?
This is so funny. The doctor says, Donna, it couldn't help itself. And Donna says, well, neither could I.
That was so fucking sick. Why is she killing people?
Hey. I think this is our first Leela Cross in a long time.
I know, I was just gonna say, this is a Leela Cross as Leela Cross. A companion just killed somebody, and
I mean, I know he killed a few people, but the doctor's like, you didn't have to murder him, and she's like, I wanted to. Yeah, I know I didn't have to. I wanted to. It's not
the part where she feels no remorse over it. Like she just kills it, and then she's just like, hell yeah.
Why did you do that, Donna? For fun.
Because I'm a terrorist.
The doctor then just completely gets over it, and he's like, I think that this could be called Murder at the Vicar's Rage. And Donna's like, okay.
And then
so
we
Agatha finally asks the question of the show, who are you anyway? But then she collapses because it turns out that the Firestone for some reason is connected to her mind.
Because Lady Edison was reading Agatha Christie's books at the precise moment that the vicar became so angry that he turned into a bee, a wasp. Because of that, the gem is linked to Agatha Christie's brain, who was not like in the area or involved in any way, but her actual real human brain.
Her books are connected to her brain because she wrote them.
Because she wrote them, and she understands people more than any other author in the world. That's
and
her
who has a better
secret.
Story than Agatha Christie?
She's going to become the queen of the Seven Kingdoms after this. And then because of that, when Donna chucked the very water soluble Firestone into the lake, which kills it,
why? What? Oh, no. It's not that the Firestone is being destroyed.
It's because the bee chased after it and killed itself. Drowned
the wasp is connected to it, and she is connected to the wasp through it.
How do you kill a wasp?
Kill it.
You drown it like its father. Can I be honest with you? When I think about, I don't like to kill bugs. I don't kill bugs very often. When I look at a bug and I think about the easiest way to kill a bug, I don't think I would pick it up and then dunk it in some water, drown it, specifically like its father.
I would hold it under the water, and it's like
watch the light leave its eyes as I hold its head under the water.
I did the same thing to your father.
There's poetic
justice. You look just like
here.
your father right now.
You'll meet him in hell.
What a rush.
Why didn't Donna pull out a big copy, a really comically oversized copy of Murder on the Orient Express and smash the wasp with it like its father? Okay, so then Agatha Christie says, oh no, I'm losing specifically the memories of this week.
But wait, we have to mention that the Vespaform, who is a character, I guess, lets her live. He releases her from the connection.
I love your work.
Your books. Which is such a funny moment because they don't really address it, but the implication of this is like the Vespa form wasn't evil. It was just it was confused and it didn't know how to go
but
on.
But the Vespa form
and
was
Donna's
also
like, that's fine. I still like that I killed him.
Like, I don't... This really pissed me off because it was like, it didn't know what it was doing, but also, it was a whole-ass man that lived a whole-ass life. It wasn't a baby. It wasn't like this was a confused, angry child, like this is a... It was a guy! We saw the guy! It was
basically a guy who had a mental breakdown because he realized that he's a wasp.
But it wasn't
and Donna's like, that's okay,
then,
I'll kill him.
I'll kill him. But then also, this part's
How do
really
you
funny
kill a wasp? She just, like, gets out a shoe. Just starts smacking him in the face.
Proud of, like, father.
How do you kill a wasp? You shoot it with a gun.
Bug assault.
Many options work.
There are 100 ways to kill a wasp. There are 100 ways to die by Chiswick.
So anyway,
then so then we find, I guess that, you know how they said that she had all this lost time and she showed up I guess they just TARDISed her to the hotel immediately after her memory.
I guess
got
they
erased.
went 10 days to the future. Yeah. Otherwise, the implication is that they just were like, let's just hang out with her for 10 days.
And then the doctor is just like, no one will ever speak about what happened here because they're all too British. This will never come up again. And then
oh my
Agatha
God.
Christie,
okay.
Yeah.
When I didn't look. I forgot about this until just now. Throughout the entire episode, there's little bits of characters being like, I'm very British. I'm traditionally British, stiff upper lip and all that. And I was like, why do they keep saying this? And it's at the very end when
one will
Donna's
ever
like,
blab about this.
Yeah, what if people talk about it? And he's like, they won't. They're too British. And she's like, oh, okay.
And then he says, don't worry, it'll all work out for old Agatha Christie. I know you were worried about her boy troubles, but don't worry, she'll find a cool new husband.
And he drops her off at the hotel that she was found at IRL.
Then they go back on the TARDIS to resolve the conflict of the episode, I guess, to like wrap up and conclude. And then he's like, 1 second, I'm looking for something. And he goes and he like pulls out a box full of things that start with the letter C. And he starts pulling out stuff that are references to old episodes. He pulls out a Cyberman, and then he pulls out like a piece of a Roman statue, which will probably come up later. And then he pulls out Death in the Clouds, which is a Agatha Christie novel that has a wasp on the cover. Do you get it? And it's copyright the year 5 billion, best-selling novelist of all time. You know how like
he says like, oh, don't worry, Donna. Agatha Christie is far too epic to truly forget what happened here today, which is him explaining like why she will remember the stuff Donna mentioned, like Murder on the Orient Express. She also mentions Miss Marple, which is a thing that she hadn't written yet. I want to know, Death in the Clouds, surely that's not real.
It's a real book.
Is it actually about a wasp?
I would assume that a wasp is involved in the murder, but I don't know. I haven't read it.
Control
I should,
F wasp. Oh,
don't
yeah.
spoil it.
It is. There is a wasp involved. I don't think it's a giant wasp, but there is a wasp on the cover of some version.
The Adventure
of
the Speckled Band.
So Donna is like, it's so sad that Agatha will never know that people are reading her books in the year 5 billion. And it's like, yeah, well, that same goes for every fucking author.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't believe we're still reading books in the year 5 billion. That's crazy.
The doctor says no. Yeah, why haven't they moved on to glyphs?
Well, you know the really cool part? I was just going to say, he opens the book up and it's one page and it's just a glyph, and Donna
Let's go.
Glyph tech is still around in the year 5 billion.
I love Agatha Christie. So yeah, the doctor's like, well, nobody knows how they'll be remembered after they're gone. That's part of what keeps me traveling. Which
one day
is he saying that he likes to go to the future to see how people talk about him?
Well, yeah, I mean, of course he does. He also has a weird fixation on like the legacy of dead people, and you know, like Vincent van Gogh or whatever.
Next time on Doctor Who, there's a big library, and hello, I'm Professor River Song, and a skeleton pops out.
Can you believe that River Song was showing up in David Tennant episodes? By the way,
I think that we knew that.
Did we know that? Have we seen her yet?
I think this will be. I think that we haven't seen them cross paths, but there was some stuff about in Flesh and Stone where she says something like, "Yeah, I married a different man" or something like that.
Something like that. I didn't know that this was the next episode, and I was excited to see it on the next time on. This one's interesting, but we won't be watching it unless we have hilarious luck. this week.
Well, it was an entertaining episode, but again, the mystery didn't work, and like so many things, as I was talking about, I realized that it was fucking stupid. But I had a lot of fun watching it. I give this episode a Wasp. I mean a B.
I'm gonna give it a B minus.
A Wasp minus.
I'm gonna give it a Wasp minus. But it's time for the companion awards. First of all, big fat Leela Cross for Donna for remorselessly killing the Wasp.
Blood-soaked Leela Cross for Donna.
This was genuinely one of the most fucked up killings that we've seen on this show, except for like she could have been like, I locked him in every mirror for the hell of it.
I am judge, jury, and executioner.
This was sick. I love it.
Why did you kill him, Donna? I wanted to.
Wait a minute. So when Donna watched everybody on Earth, including Barack Obama, turn into the Master, did she remember the murder she did? Is that what she was thinking about when she saw the
murder
big wasp?
Murder she did.
She did it. She's like, I remember. She was smiling. She's like,
oh my god, I'm a killer, and I love it, and I'll do it again.
all of this stuff is scaring me really bad, but at least I know I have the strength within me to kill every single person that I come into contact with. Okay, any other awards? Did Donna... Okay, this is a big week for Donna, because I do feel like she contributed to the solving of the mystery in multiple ways, which I feel like means she at least passed the Yaz test, if not winning a Companion Initiative award.
I think she did take Companion Initiative, and, the Leela Cross and the Companion Initiative award, that you can get them both, and she earned them both with that.
She went off on her own and did a murder.
Yeah.
On her own, and also she did something, I don't remember what the Yaz test even is. She did something. Oh no, the Yaz test
That's literally it. It's does she do anything?
Wait, sorry, I forgot that the Yaz test only applies to Yaz. It's did Yaz pass the Yaz test? Did she
I'm gonna give her a gold star. I really liked her in this episode.
She
was fun.
Donna's so fucking good. Let's see, is there anyone eating shit in a comical way? I don't think so. Did anybody do a sick stunt? Not really. Did the doctor... Yeah, I don't think the doctor got a strike on his medical license or whatever we say. Nah. Alright, well, I guess it's time for 10 out of Tennant, where we try to do our very best to do an impression of the late, great David Tennant.
I have a feeling about how I'm gonna do, but I'm not gonna tell you whether I think it'll be good or bad until after I do it.
I have to pull up this week's key phrase, because it's been a minute.
Oh yeah, you picked it, so you have to read it.
I did pick it,
neutral voice.
But it was like the first line of the episode, and it wasn't.
Yeah, but he also says it in a very 10th Doctor way.
Yeah, he says it in a very
exactly.
I saw it and I heard him say that, and I was like, okay, definitely, that's definitely it. Our key phrase this week is smell that air, grass and lemonade, and a little bit of mint. Must be the 1920s.
All right, I'll take a whack at it. Smell that air, grass and lemonade. And a little bit of mint. Just a hint of mint. Must be the 1920s. I kind of lost it.
Smell that air. Grass and lemonade. And a little bit of mint. Just a hint of mint. Must be the 1920s.
I thought that was alright.
I don't. I have no confidence in this one.
I thought that was alright. I thought mine was alright. Yours was
Mine
garbage.
was bad. Mine was bad. Okay, now
well,
do like Donald Duck. Just kidding. Yep. It's time for Which Doctor?
The only thing that anyone cares about.
But we get so excited to roll our next episode, and then we get to the episode and we don't care about it anymore. No, I care about it. I want to do the most ludicrous gambit of all time, which is I want to watch the next episode. I want to watch the one after this one.
Okay. I want to see.
Actually,
12
no. I want to see
Bill.
I want to see 12 and Bill. Actually, I changed my mind.
Also, next episode's going to be Funny 69. Haha.
Roll
nice.
it. Roll it.
Ooh, I think that we're going to watch Amy and Rory get put in a wood chipper.
We get to find out how they get put in the wood chipper. I remember
For
this
Funny
one. This
69, we're going to be watching Series 7, Episode 5, The Angels Take Manhattan, where I'm fairly sure that Amy and Rory die, and I think Clara's in it.
Yeah, Clara's probably in it. She probably, she says, hello, I'm the TARDIS. And she teleports the Doctor to her.
Well, I'm not going to pull this one up on Wikipedia for obvious reasons.
Let me just see. I'll see if there's anything. I'll check the reviews for you. How about that?
Okay.
I remember this episode. This was one of the last ones I watched before I stopped watching Doctor Who.
Because this is the episode that ends the first half of Series 7, and then the one after it is the Snowmen, so I have to assume that...
Oh, we should watch the Snowmen again, too, just to follow up. Okay, it says, it says that it was watched by 7.82 million viewers and received positive reviews, though critics noted some plot holes and other logical issus.
I noticed a lot of holes in Amy and Rory's bodies.
Yeah, it was sort of turned into
Weeping Angel.
There's stuff that I can't
Wait,
read.
am I nuts, or isn't there also like the Daleks take Manhattan, or did I make that up?
There is a Daleks in Manhattan is a 4th episode. It's one in season 3. I remember
season 3.
Yep.
Yeah, Daleks in Manhattan. Yeah.
Manhattan's been having a lot of incidents lately. I remember.
Well, that's
this one.
good. That'll be fun to see.
We'll get to find out. We'll get to find out what happened to Amy and Rory. I remember. I hope you. I can't wait to see how you feel about it. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Okay.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Or it won't be.
Smell that air.
Blood. The blood of my friends. Well, that's we are on Patreon at patreon.com/poddingbros, where $1 a month gets you all of our bonus content.
True.
What was our last episode? Space Museum?
It was Space Museum. I don't know if we're gonna be able. I'm going on a trip, so I don't know if we'll be able to record the Time War until.
Can you do it tomorrow?
I work tomorrow.
Fuck.
Can you do
Monday?
it in the morning? Wait, can you do it at like noon tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay. Good, because I already watched those episodes and they're kind of nuts.
You don't want to wait like 2. You don't want to wait like 2
The Invasion
weeks
of Time, for the record.
It's a Tommy episode.
It's a Tommy. Leela's there.
What else
K9
can you get
is
if
there.
you give us?
K9,
What else can you get
I don't want to spoil it, but K9 is kind of on a fucking killing spree. Anyway, it also gets you It also gets you a mildly special Discord role marking you as a friend of the show. $5 gets you a pretty special Discord role marking you as a companion of the show. You get a shout out in the podcast, and you can send us a message that will read in one of our funny voices. $10 gets you that plus an incredibly special Discord role marking you as an honorary member of Agatha Christie's House of Misuza. You can listen to the podcast when we record it live, and also we will clap for you when we shout you out. Thank you to our $5 and $10 subscribers. Caroline Siebert, Cassidy, Christina Fitzgerald, Faustian Bargainman, Helga K, JCH, Roy, Stephanie Bolding, Stephanie Karen, Violet Magician, and House Me Souza, Destry Hawk, H Cave, Sauceworks, and Vertigree.
Thank you.
We have a request from Vertigree.
What does Vertigree want us to say?
And we got this one a little bit late. It is about the quest is the request is
Our quest.
the quest is the quest. That's a reference to Underworld Patreon. The request is for the Dalek and Cyberman voices to perform part of There's Always a Twist at the End. But it came in like a couple days after we recorded that episode.
Do we have to improv our own version of that song?
No.
Can you give me some lyrics?
There's always a twist at the end. There's always a twist at the end. There's always a twist, and there's always a twist, and there's always a twist at the end.
Did you like that? Is that good enough for you? What a piece of shit song.
There are other lyrics, but I refuse to acknowledge them.
Shame on you. Shame on you, Rusty.
We are on Blue Sky at Dr. Huh. I'm on Blue Sky
Rest
at
in
Posy
peace,
Stress.
co-host.
Huh?
I said rest in peace, co-host.
Rest in peace. By the time this episode goes up, I believe that co-host will be read-only, sadly. No.
You can follow me on my Tumblr at sudamono.tumblr.com, and we're also on
You cut
Tumblr
off my
at
plugs!
Oh.
But enough about my receding hairline.
What about your other podcast?
You can listen to my other podcast, Sounds About Light. We are approaching the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. We have just recorded our episode on the old boss rush at the end of the game.
Are you gonna
Next time we're going to a fancy windmill town.
Are you gonna be doing like Kingdom Hearts Sora's Magical Melody Quest or whatever?
We got the rest of Union Cross, then we got the Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC, and then Dark Road, and then Melody of Memory. And then
There's so
maybe Missing Link will be out by the time we finish all that.
There's so much more Kingdom Hearts than I thought there was after 3. What a beautiful series. You can follow me on Tumblr at sudomono.tumblr.com, sudomono. You can also follow us on Tumblr at drhunt.tumblr.com, which is mostly a Tumblr where I accidentally reblog things to, and then I go back and delete it and go, oops.
That's not true. Sometimes you make funny Doctor Who posts.
Sometimes I do make funny Doctor Who posts. I gotta make more funny Doctor Who posts. It's just...
Also...
Yeah.
Also, the 3-part extra credit 200th episode extravaganza has gone up. I am on part 2 of 3, and I brought to the table some stuff from a forum called Crying Lovers, which could be about anything.
What's it about? No one can possibly know.
Well, it's Crying Lovers.
Whoa. You can also join our Discord. Did we say that? The link to join is at the bottom of every episode, as long as you're...
Yeah, we don't usually talk about that, but our Discord is open. Come and hang out.
You can become part of the beautiful, like, the beautiful Secret Life contingent in our Discord that is, like, slowly evolving into its own species because it's isolated from the rest of our channels.
The Secret Life channel has inexplicably become the most active part of our Discord server. It's so funny.
There's a Secret Life... Our Secret Life channel is, like, there are people who are active in there and nowhere else on our Discord, and they just have their own little ecosystem in there. It's beautiful, and I'm so glad that they have a little space.
And that's fine. I don't know if any of them listen to Dr. Hunt, but if they do...
I genuinely don't know. Hi. If you do, hi.
Keep on keeping on.
Yeah, keep on keeping on in there. We love having you.
Because I've forgotten so much about that show at that point.
I know.
The amount that we reference it feels like we can't possibly have, but there are 121 episodes.
There are 121 episodes, and we've recorded the first one of those like 7 years ago, so I don't know what to
I will
tell
look
you.
at that channel and see people be like, does anyone remember when Anne threw a shoe at Ricky's dad?
Worst,
I'm like,
the
no.
worst thing that happens is when people are like, just listen to Jerkin' It episode 45.
You definitely just said Jerkin' It, but go on.
I said Jerkin' It. Episode 45, there was a really funny... Does anyone remember this really funny bit? Or, like, this reminds me of the bit with Ricky holding an axe, and it's like, I don't remember that. I was, like, 20.
No, that's Axe Guy. That's Axe Guy from
Axe Guy in the corner. I remember
okay, this
all
is
of
too
our
self-referential. Abort.
Yeah. We can talk about our own stuff. We've made a lot of stuff. It's okay. But yeah, join our Discord. It's fun.
We're hosted on Noisepace.xyz, the podcast network where you can listen to other podcasts like Pot of Greed.
Pot of Greed. Oh, and Special Grade Snacks about Jujutsu Kaisen. And Gay Friends Chainsaw Dog Sanctuary about the Chainsaw anime. And check out this guy about OCs.
Fear Baiting about horror films.
Diet Coke
and
Limitless
many more.
House of Snacks, which is about snacks.
You know?
Yeah.
There comes a time at the end of the episode.
You gotta say the prayer.
Gotta say the prayer.
Gotta say the prayer.
May your life flow like a river. May your days smell sweet as a rose. Sorry, I don't have it in front of me. I was like, surely I remember it by now.
May you
May
be
your
as
nights
calm.
be calm and still as a pond. May you be as lucky as an ace in a game of blackjack.
Harkness.
May you live a life of nobility.
May you live a noble life. I love that you may you be as noble as Donna. There's so many easy things that you could have done, and you fucked it up.
And may the doctor light your path through time.
Keep buying those Agatha Christie novels, everybody. We gotta keep her at the top of the bestseller list.
Doctor, bye.
Doctor, bye.